Everything I do is based on my free will and my decisions. This means that at every moment, I have before me the freedom and the responsibility to choose the path I will follow. The key to my life lies exactly in this. Learning to make good decisions. Many times, each situation presents several sides, several possibilities, and it is not always easy to perceive which one is the best. That is why I need to train my mind to choose what will attract to me exactly what I want to experience in my life. Every choice, no matter how small it may seem, opens one door and closes others. And this is what builds my reality. I must decide among many alternatives that present themselves daily, and each of them can deeply impact not just one aspect, but all aspects of my existence. My health, my work, my relationships, my spiritual growth, and even my destiny. What I choose may bring very significant consequences, not only for me, but also for the lives of others around me. That is why I must contemplate and meditate on my options before taking action. It is necessary to stop, reflect, and consider the implications of each decision. A powerful technique is to mentally project myself into the future, as if I had already made the choice, and experienced the consequences of having followed that path. By living this decision in my mind, I am able to feel how it would affect my life. Then, I compare it by imagining what it would be like if I had chosen differently. In this way, I ask myself how each choice will affect me, not only me, but also others on the physical, spiritual, emotional, mental, or even financial levels. It is natural for me to question how I can be sure that I am making the right decision. The truth is that there is no absolute certainty. I will never know with total clarity until the moment I actually make the decision and live it. Therefore, the most important thing is to reach a point where I can trust myself, where I feel confident that the choice I make is the right one. Confidence is that inner sense of firmness, of security in myself, that arises when I recognize and value my own skills and qualities. It is like a self-fulfilling prophecy. When I believe in myself, I put energy into the decision and make it work. But if I lack confidence, I run the risk of failing before even trying. I may even give up because I do not believe in my abilities. That is why José Silva taught that it is more useful to connect my confidence not to having made the best possible choice, but rather to my ability to make any choice turn out well. If I can transform the experience into learning and growth, it does not matter so much which decision I made. Of course, everything becomes easier when I choose well from the beginning. But the true power is in trusting that I will know how to lead any situation to a good outcome. And how do I build this confidence? It does not happen overnight. It is built by studying deeply what interests me and practicing repeatedly. Facing challenges and learning from them. Confidence does not fall from the sky. It is the result of dedication and work. For most people, it comes with time and a lot of practice. When I think about the people I most admire, I realize that they all walked a path of discipline and persistence. Great musicians dedicate hours and hours of practice every day. Great dancers spend 6 to 10 hours in a studio perfecting their technique. Great chefs spend days and nights thinking of new combinations for their recipes. Stockbrokers must always be alert to market changes. And successful real estate agents master every detail of property sales. In any field, success belongs to those who do what they love, who maintain discipline, and who practice persistently with passion. This is the foundation of true confidence in any area. Those who achieve true success are those who do what they love, who maintain discipline, and who practice their talent or skill with constant passion. Passion is the fuel that sustains daily effort. Without it, any activity becomes a heavy and empty burden. If I am not willing to dedicate myself with passion, I am simply wasting time and energy. When I concentrate my attention on making my decisions generate positive results, something inside me transforms. I become emotionally free from doubt, anxiety, and hesitation. This way, I am able to focus on the process itself and enjoy the natural growth that success brings. The path stops being a heavy struggle and becomes an experience of continuous Confidence is not born from beautiful words or simple desire. It comes from lived experience. Every time I achieve a positive result, no matter how small, I develop even more confidence. Success feeds itself. One achievement opens the way for another. And this also brings clarity. With each victory, I can see more clearly which elements I need to apply to transform any situation into something good and positive. This clarity becomes a continuous responsibility. I am responsible for observing the good side of what happens around me and using it to generate positive changes in my life. A good beginning to building this confidence, making better decisions, and believing more in myself is to accumulate small victories using the Silva Method techniques. A simple victory, such as waking up in the morning without needing an alarm clock, already involves all the elements that are also necessary to achieve greater victories. The desire to succeed, the belief that it is possible, the positive expectation, the mental image of what I want, conscious action, and feedback from the result. José Silva said, if I apply these elements correctly, there is no difference between waking up with my mental clock or accomplishing something much more complex, such as eliminating a tumor. The only difference lies in my belief. It is what defines the limits or opens the doors to the impossible. When I break the limitations I created myself, success accelerates. I begin to understand what I need to develop internally and how to manifest this externally, clearly and coherently. Simple techniques such as sleep control show me that I can wake up more rested, gain extra energy for the day, remember my dreams clearly, and even receive information that helps me solve problems. I learned that I can also relieve headaches, discomfort, and physical malaise. Each small achievement strengthens my confidence, showing me that I can truly take control of my life and generate positive results whenever I wish. Among the most powerful techniques is the water glass technique, created precisely to solve problems and make better decisions. It is simple but profound. Before going to sleep, I take a glass of water, drink half of it, and with my eyes closed, I raise them slightly upward while mentally saying, "This is all I need to do to find the solution to the problem I have in mind." Then I place the glass beside the bed and let the thought incubate while I sleep peacefully. The next morning, upon waking, I drink the other half of the water, repeating the same phrase. Most of the time, the solution appears in a dream or in a flash of intuition, clear and direct. It is impressive how something so simple can work with such effectiveness. With time, I begin to realize that I have access to an unlimited source of information within me. This source knows no limits of time or space. This ability, called intuition, is like a bridge between my conscious mind and a deeper level of the mind. It becomes my silent guide, giving me confidence, even when I know that regardless of the choice, I will be able to transform any path into something positive. And when I face an important decision, choosing correctly activates a new positive energy that can completely change the course of my life. This energy does not affect only the present moment, but can open a cycle of opportunities and growth that will last for many, many years. I can also rely on my imaginary counselors, who work as true inner guides and help me make decisions with more clarity. They represent the wisdom of my own mind at deeper levels. When I speak to them mentally, I feel as if I have access to broader and more intelligent points of view than those I reach only with ordinary reasoning. I ask questions, express doubts, organize my ideas, and even clarify complex problems through this inner dialogue. As I practice this technique, I realize that I am not alone in my choices. There is always a wiser part of me, ready to guide the best path. Each time I practice this mental contact, I accumulate more confidence. I begin to notice that I can trust my intuition more and more. With time, I notice that I improve my decisions, gain clarity, and am able to act with greater certainty. These practices allow me to transform any decision into something positive. Instead of seeing difficulties or uncertainties as obstacles, I begin to view them as opportunities to create constructive energy. This energy fuels the life I designed for myself, helping me live more consciously and in alignment with my goals. I can experience all of this through guided visualization exercises, projecting myself mentally into the future and living the scenarios of each decision as if they were real. I can perceive the impact of each choice even before making it. I use all my senses. I see, hear, feel, and even perceive smells and emotions as if I were truly present in that reality. In this way, I understand where each path may lead me. When I am able to anchor confidence in myself, I choose the best option with clarity, without hesitation, and move forward with the certainty that I have made the right decision. This confidence does not remain only on the mental plane. My body, my mind, and my brain record this feeling and begin to repeat it as a natural pattern every time I work on these deeper levels. It is like creating a positive habit that strengthens my future choices. This power is not only for myself. I can use this elevated mental state to help my loved ones and even any human being who needs physical or mental support. José Silva always taught the power of the mind must be used constructively and creatively for everything that is good and positive. By living this way, actively participating in constructive activities, I not only improve my own life, but also leave the world a little better than I found it. When my time to depart arrives, I will have left a positive legacy, a real contribution for those who come after me. I am a human being in evil. I am constantly learning, developing, understanding, compassion, and patience with others. I carry within me the responsibility to use my decisions as tools of transformation, not only for my own life, but also as a contribution to all humanity.